the EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the EPPodcast.com.
Oktoberfest was this past weekend in Evergreen Park. Everybody had a blast on Saturday, an all-day event, the EP Podcast out there, and it was bigger and better than it has ever been. More food trucks, more partying, more celebration, more people. That entire recreation department, that entire community center over there on 97th Street near Klein Park, Circle Park, filled up, and then the park itself had so much going on for the kids. There was even a contingent of German students walking around and checking out what a South Side Oktoberfest looks like. Very different, I think, from what they're used to. This episode, though, is going to be all from the fest. We got some great guests. Chief Ron Kleinhaus talking about his retirement as chief from the Evergreen Park Fire Department. There is a Cook County initiative looking at traffic safety and how they can improve the traffic situation in Evergreen Park, and so many more. We're going to kick off with them first, the first two guests on this packed show. But let me remind you that this episode and every episode of the EP Podcast is brought to you proudly by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Your child's bright financial future starts with learning good money habits early in life. Help them get ahead with a Junior Savers account from the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. With a Junior Savers account, kids earn interest on every dollar they deposit so they can watch their money grow. There's a statement that shows up in the mail. Just got one today for my little guy. Show your kids how fun and rewarding saving can be and set them up for success. No minimum deposit to open up, so start with anything. Get over to that iconic building at 95th and Pulaski, the First National Bank of Evergreen Park, member FDIC. And now, without further ado, let's go Oktoberfesting. Chief Ron Kleinhaus of the Evergreen Park Fire Department hanging out at Oktoberfest. I think we have sat down and talked every Oktoberfest they've had. You've been nice enough to come over to my tent. And hopefully I'll see you next year, but you won't be chief again. You're retiring in December.
No, I'm just going to be the guy sitting at the table watching the world go by, Chris. Yeah, you're right.
Are you ready for? I mean, we're going to see you after you move on, right?
Yeah, I'm not. We're not leaving town. I'm just leaving the fire department.
Yeah. I mean, these guys here, they do like such a great job. I mean, talk about what they did for this fest today. I mean, every year you get all the food vendors come in. You got the live music, you got the tent, you got all the people. But it is a crowd over at your tent. What are they making over there? Just burgers? They do brats?
Bratwurst and roasted corn, some potato chips, some water. It's a well-oiled machine that runs on autopilot. All we got to do is give them the date, and they take it from there. We started moving stuff here yesterday morning. We set up the canopies. We moved everything that they needed to have for today. The guys that came early this morning, all they had to do was light the grills and start cooking.
Firemen love to cook, right? I mean, like that's like a thing. Like we've talked about this before. Firemen love to cook. Are you a cook in your house?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah?
I think we talked about that before. The fire department's like an army. It runs on its stomach. So if you don't have something to eat, you're in big trouble.
Listen, I know you're leaving this in good hands. I know you've done so much over the last couple of years. I know that fire department is one of the best. But I mean, talk a little bit about the department that you're leaving behind Evergreen Park.
We're in good shape, Chris. I talked to a couple people. One of your usual guests on your show, Trustee Marzullo, stopped me earlier and had some very nice words to say. But the entire command staff, everybody that's a chief on the Evergreen Park Fire Department, started out as a fire cadet, from me all the way down to all our division chiefs. So we've been together since we were kids. We had great mentors. I had the honor of knowing the 4 fire chiefs and working for 3 of them. My dad started here as a volunteer. It was Lee Howard, who would have been the first full-time chief had he not passed away before he could get appointed. As a fire cadet, we worked for John DeRoos and Corey Hojak's dad, John Hojak, and then the boss that I had, Ed Colhesi, who taught me the rest of the business that run behind the scenes. So we've had a really good succession plan all these years without even knowing that it was a succession plan. And when it was time to go, and I sat down and I talked to the mayor, She was very gracious. We worked out all the details. You know, Corey's going to be the chief. Bob Murphy's going to be the assistant chief. Once again, all guys that started here as cadets, they know the town, they know the business. We have a great group of people, so they're going to be fine for many, many years to come.
That's awesome. Well, I got to say to you, on this beautiful day, this Oktoberfest is going off like a well-oiled machine. I know you're paying attention to the crowds. I mean, you're always on the clock. You're having a good time, but you're paying attention to what's going on. I want to say that you have been always so gracious to come on the show.
Yep. No.
You're a good friend of the show. Every time I see you out, you're always so nice to sit down and talk with. And I'm glad you're going to be around so we can still bump into each other after you go.
No problem. Yeah, we'll be here.
That's awesome. Well, congrats.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
The EP Podcast out at Oktoberfest. Soraya is sitting here with me. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Chris?
Good. You are part of a thing that I believe is Cook County initiative that the village is working with the county of Cook to look at traffic patterns and take me through this. Like, you're trying to cut down on accidents, speeding, issues with the roads, but it's really a big survey of all of Evergreen Park. And I did not know about this until I saw your booth here, but this is like a new thing. Can you explain this to me?
Yeah, so it's called the Cook County Safety Action Plan, and it's being implemented by the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning. It's shortened CMAP. And we're out here just asking people what are their main traffic safety concerns. Our main reason for coming to the Oktoberfest here today was to get a lot of youth engagement. It's a great way to engage with the youth.
It's not because of the party and the food and the beer?
It's the petting zoo. It's the petting zoo.
Like, if I had to go to work, I'd want to work here today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they said, you're going to go to the Oktoberfest at Evergreen Park? Sign me up. Sign me up. I've tried every mocktail over there with Craig in the carriage, and I've had a wonderful time engaging with everybody today and learning about what really matters to the people of Evergreen Park.
Well, I think that, it's one of the bigger complaints that we hear on the podcast. I mean, there's certain things that are always hot button issues. You see them on the Facebook pages. You see them when people go to the eppodcast.com and leave a voice message or send us a message through social media. Traffic, speeding, people blowing through stop signs.
Yes.
Everybody knows where the problem areas are. I live on 99th Street. I know that at 99th and Homan, there are always people that just can't obey that speed limit. They're cutting through. And I watched a guy yesterday go into oncoming traffic because he didn't want to wait for the three people that were at the stop sign, almost caused an accident. And I was in shock over how quick it happened, but it's also not the first time I've seen it. So these are the things you guys are exploring. How do we slow people down and get things a little safer out there?
Yes, whether it be a yielding light or a stop sign or a speed bump, whatever works, whatever. We want to hear what you guys want in Evergreen Park.
Yeah, I want to be deputized.
Let's get your name on a
plaque.
Send
me out there. Just give me the ability to write tickets, and we're going to be fine. Just drive around in my personal car and find all the people that drive me nuts.
You can just buy one of those traffic vests for Halloween, and you can do it yourself. You can do it.
So how do people contact you guys?
So we actually have a website, and we are working on a survey online. They don't have the website here on this thing, Chris. However, it is bit.ly.
Okay.
bit.ly/CCSAP as in Paul survey.
You're going to give that to me. I'm going to put it in the show notes.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the link in the notes for this podcast, so anybody who's watching it, the link will be into the notes, so they can just look in the show notes for the show, and they'll be able to link into it.
That sounds like a plan.
And then it looks like you have an opportunity here
to win $100.
$100. So you're giving your opinion. You're shouting at somebody who's actually listening.
Yes.
And you can win money.
Just for telling us what you want.
You can come to all the fest if you're going to hand out money and listen to my complaints.
Invite us. We'll come. We're here all year.
That's awesome. Well, good luck. How long do you think it'll be from now when you're gathering the information until we start to see some things?
Well, so gathering all of this information actually gives us the opportunity to receive funding to make these things happen. So the more that we get information about and the more concerns that people have, the more that Cook County is aware, okay, we need to provide funds to these people in CMAP so that they can make these changes happen immediately.
So your complaints raise more money.
Yes, precisely.
That's amazing. Because people love to complain, and now they can actually make money off it.
I've been complaining all day. For free.
It's absolutely beautiful out here. If you missed Oktoberfest, make sure you're here next year. But I think most of you are out here today. It's a great party, and thanks so much for stopping by.
Of course, I'm having a great time. Thanks for having us.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things that Country Financial stands for. They're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through Evergreen Park. They're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of your community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. And since Country is already your neighbor, they want to get together and chat. Call your local Country Financial representative, Mike Thauer, today at 708-425-1559 to talk about the things that are important to you and how he can help you protect them. Now, before we head back out to Oktoberfest that happened this past weekend here in Evergreen Park, a reminder to all of you, some of you have already figured it out, we've gone to some video lately with the podcast. Head coach of the Evergreen Park Mustang football team, Jim Ramazinski, does his Friday show, which actually comes out on Thursday afternoon, so you have plenty of time to watch it before the game on Friday. But Football Friday comes out with an audio version and a video version. If you're listening on Spotify, you don't get the video version. Spotify's got some weird rule where I have to migrate the entire thing, everything I do with my network, to Spotify if I want to use video on Spotify. And I'm just not doing that. So if you have Spotify, check out the YouTube channel. In fact, no matter how you listen to this show, go subscribe to the EP podcast on YouTube because I put out all the video clips, and every single person you're going to hear from today, those interviews have video that goes along with them. You can see the crowd. You can see the last one that you're going to hear, which is really cool. It's a mobile bar, and it's a new business started by an Evergreen Park couple. And you've got to see this setup they have. They were serving drinks out at the fest, but you can have that entire bar roll up to your party. And I went in and got kind of a lesson in making mixed drinks. The video for that will be on the YouTube channel later on this week, the audio towards the end of this show. So remember, you're subscribed anywhere podcasts can be found and always at the eppodcast.com, but check out the YouTube. And if you are subscribed through iTunes or one of the other podcast services, you likely have an option to check out additional video from the EP podcast. Now, back to the fest. Stacy Schubel's sitting here.
Yeah, that's me.
How much did you have to do with this? Because I know you run a lot of these events and you're very involved in it, but I know something like this Oktoberfest has so many different hands in it, a lot of people working together. Mm-hmm. So like, what were you doing?
I just helped advertise it.
Yeah?
It's the rec department that does, plays the biggest role in getting the planning together, and I just help them out where needed when it comes to throwing flyers together and stuff, so.
By the way, I don't know if you can pick it up on the microphone, but Country Roads Take Me Home is playing.
Right.
And if you don't know that, I'm wondering if you know this. If you're in Germany, this is one of the big songs they play at Oktoberfest.
Oh,
For some reason, the Germans love this song. Okay. They all stand around and sing it. It's crazy.
Had no idea.
Yes, I mean, like if you're in Germany, this is one of their big things. I've seen videos of it this year. I've seen it myself. It's crazy.
Awesome.
But
cool.
So you guys are at least, you got that going here at the Oktoberfest.
Yep, got a little something going on.
So many different tables here.
Yes.
The village has their own table. Mm-hmm. What are you promoting right now?
Well, right now we have the new EP bumper stickers that we've got going on.
Is that going okay? I've been bad at it. Stacy, I was in the car today. and I was thinking to myself, I went to Spoken Vine and I spent $60 there, so that would qualify. Mm-hmm. I was over at Biddy's and I bought some stuff over there. I was running through all the places that I had gone to, and I'm like, I keep not saving my receipts.
That's all right. You're not the only one.
You know?
So we've had a few people come in. Sometimes they have it on their phone. You can show us your credit card statement. Whatever you want.
I'm going to be okay.
So yeah.
Oh, I'll bring in the credit card statement.
You can do that.
Like all Evergreen Park spots. If that counts, then I'm bringing it in.
That'll work. We're very flexible. We want to, make sure that it works for everybody.
So how many? It's $40 at three different types.
Three different types of categories.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So just bring those in and show us, and you can get a couple stickers. So that's for a couple more weeks, I think, to the 18th.
All right.
And then we'll have some extra on hand at events
around the idea
and
of extending it because
maybe we'll see. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of people coming in, but we have them here today. We've got the big wheel that you could spin for prizes, and the stickers are on there. So
so I don't need to do anything. I just come in and
maybe go spin the wheel.
I'm gonna go over and spin the wheel after this.
And
That'd
see
be
what
amazing.
happens.
All right. besides the sticker,
we
also, there's something going on with the leaves.
Yeah, so I have to bring my cheat sheet here to remember. So we do have on Saturday, November 2nd, it's the second year that we're doing this, a community leaf raking event for seniors or people with disabilities, anybody that might need help here in the village. We'll have volunteers that'll sign up, and then they can come out and help rake leaves.
So to qualify senior.
Yeah.
So I can't do it.
Well, no. But you can sign your kids up to volunteer.
I have a 16-year-old running the camera right now.
Exactly.
He wishes that you could do it, but no, he'll be doing the leaves. And I remember we were talking with Flood Brothers just recently on the show.
Yes.
You can still fire those leaves out along the curb, although the hope is that you first fill up.
Yes, we'd like you to first fill up the yard waste bags and your yard waste containers.
I mean, I know what you'd like, Stacey,
yes,
but I just like firing my leaves.
People are used to doing the leaves on the curb, but yes, if you can do that first, then go from there.
It wasn't Flood Brothers, it was Tim Moore.
Might have been Tim,
the street cleaners do that. It's Evergreen that does that,
yes,
right?
Yeah, Evergreen picks that up.
Yeah, because Tim was talking about how they were worried a kid got sucked up into it one time.
Oh, no.
But it didn't actually happen.
Right.
And that was years before you and the mayor, so none of you would have been responsible for it anyway. So it's just a great story. Okay, so we got the leaf raking thing. What day is this on again?
On Saturday, November 2nd. So we have the forms up on the website that you can go to.
So go to the website, sign up that way.
For volunteering and to have your yards raked.
All right, so you can volunteer, but if you need the leaves being raked, you go on the website. You can sign up for that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sounds great. I mean, really good party. It's always good.
It's my favorite day of the year.
I always
after picnic in the park.
I saw the mayor earlier today, and the first thing we always remind each other of is the first year of this.
Yep.
Because it was pouring rain.
Yep. That's what I heard.
I remember she was standing here under my tent for a while in the rain, and we were astounded by the amount of people that were here in the cold and in the rain. Because it was coming out of COVID, and people just wanted to party.
They wanted to get out, exactly. Yep.
This crowd is very comparable, if not bigger, though. This is one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one I've seen.
It's a great crowd, yep.
It's a really good crowd. We're only halfway through.
Yep.
And wonderful job. Good to see you.
Yep, you too, as always.
Look who I ran into at Oktoberfest. Bridget's here from Spoken Vine, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. How are you?
I'm great, Chris. How are you?
Good. I enjoyed the party last weekend. I mean,
wasn't it a blast?
It was fun. I mean, like you had the taco bar, you had the cupcakes from Wolf's Bakery,
yes.
You had wine. I mean, I didn't even know Serbia had a wine scene. You had a whole table of Serbian wines. You had multiple tables with samples. It was wall-to-wall people. It was great, and congratulations again. I know you were celebrating winning the Battle of Evergreen Park. People were getting these shirts. Drink wine, be happy. Voted #1, EP Podcast, Battle of Evergreen Park. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
We worked hard for that #1.
I love how into it the win. Like, I mean, you are the second champion. The first champion didn't do anything.
Did you like that we bought the #1 fingers, too, for the party?
Yeah, you got a banner, too. Where's that? You sent me a picture of a banner. Where's that hanging?
Banner is up at our tent, our booth here. So we brought German wines.
Yeah.
And we brought our famous bacon dates. Everybody loves the bacon dates.
Yeah.
And I also made German potato salad.
Let's see if we can get that in the shot there.
For Oktoberfest. I wasn't sure what to make and what to bring today. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe we'll do little mini bratwursts. And then I listened to the podcast and realized that's what the fire department brings. Can't we do that? Can't duplicate that. So
listen,
let's go get a brat.
That is so good.
Come get your potato salad.
You need to add that to the menu. That's good. That's good.
I think it might have to come on.
I mean, that's really good. Like, here's the thing. Like, my mother's side is all German, and there are some German things I like and some German things like I don't like German chocolate cake. They all get mad at me because I don't like it. I don't know why.
Oh wow.
And I'm very picky about the potato salad. I don't like certain German potato salads. That's one of the best I've ever had.
I'm also not.
How do you do it? Like, the thing is, you start this restaurant, and I didn't realize that you guys had done a restaurant before. I didn't realize that you had this background.
It's like a whole lifetime ago.
I know, but I mean, you're so good at this. I mean, this is why you're running the kitchen.
I like to cook. I like to cook and I like to eat. So, this is where and I'm not generally, Reed loves potato salad.
Yeah.
But I've never been a fan except for when I make it. And then I'm like, all right, this is pretty good.
Oh, that's a great dish. I mean, I don't know if you want to put that as just a regular, like, appetizer thing. You do something else with it, but wow, that is really good.
Maybe we get some little bratwurst.
Yeah?
Some bite-sized bratwurst.
Look at this. We're coming up with your menu right here.
I know, right?
Every time we get together, we start coming up with ideas.
Oh, and there's...
We got a few of them in the hopper.
We've got a list of ideas.
We've got a few of them in the hopper for some events and stuff like that. We're going to have some fun here coming up in the next couple of months, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. All right, so what are you doing right now again? I know you were just on a couple of weeks ago. We're not going to see you guys again until we got Frank Murray over there at the end of the month.
Right.
But, like, how are things going right now? What right now is everybody responding to the most this time of year?
So actually, we just launched the Fall Harvest Sangria, and I don't think that we had that when you came last time.
No, I feel ripped off.
So
not getting that.
How
do I feel ripped off? Every time I go there, I
if
drink
you come over to the booth today,
yes,
you can try it today.
You're the best.
So
I'm trying to be very careful about how much I drink today because I have to do the Stein hoisting competition later.
Yes, and you don't want the masses.
People get angry at that.
The masses will come after you.
The masses get really fired up. I mean, like, we're talking a giant crowd of people. Just like, you know, they think this guy's glass moved and this guy's didn't move, and I got to be in tip-top form up there.
Well, maybe after.
I drag the mayor up when I do it so that I figure they won't yell at her if she's next to me.
Well, if there's any left, it's going fast.
Yeah.
So it's a apple, cinnamon, and clove sangria that we used the Gewürztraminer.
Okay.
That we also have showcased today, and it's delicious. And right now we have it cold. It's 80 degrees out, so it makes sense to have it chilled.
Summer's never leaving. It's
and
October.
Then I think as we move into the cooler months, we might serve it warm because that was amazing.
Maybe by January we'll have a fleece on. I don't know. It's a weird fall.
Maybe.
It's a weird fall. 95th and Kedzie, Northeast Corner, Spoken Vine. They got. Can people get these shirts? I've had people ask.
I think we're going to do a pre-order. We got to do something. Everybody's asking.
People love the phrase "drink wine, be happy" on the front of it, and the color scheme is great. I was told it brings out my eyes. So, I mean, like, I'm just saying the shirts are going to be a hit as well.
Yeah, us Irish folk, we need to, something to glow up those beautiful eyes and pale skin.
And watch out for the German potato salad if you missed it, because I think it's going to end up on the menu at some point. It might pop up there. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
It's now time for your EP podcast Word on the Street, brought to you by Spoken Vine. You just heard from them. Northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. See everything they have to offer. Check out all the wines and the menu at SpokenVineWines.com. There is a How to Appeal Your Property Tax Assessment workshop happening on Tuesday, October 15th. Mayor Kelly Burke will be there. Senator Bill Cunningham, who will be on the show in a couple of weeks, will be there as well. 5 to 7 p.m. at the Evergreen Park Public Library. Learn about the tax appeal process, how to appeal. Analysts will be available to answer your questions. Bring your second installment property tax bill or property index PIN number. The Recreation Department is bringing a paint and sip to Evergreen Park. 21 and over event, $40. Get you paint, supplies, drinks, and light appetizers. It is October the 10th, just a few days away, 6 to 9 p.m. over at the Rec Department. Evergreen Park is also having their Halloween parade Friday, October 25th. It kicks off at 6 p.m. at James J. Sexton Park, 91st and Rockwell. And for the next hour and a half after it starts, spooky, fun night of activities, including a pumpkin patch, pumpkin decorating, light refreshments, Halloween movie on a big screen, goodie bags for the kids, and hay rides. This is a resident-only event for resident children up to 11 years old with their parents. The Evergreen Park Urban Barn will also be open so you can visit with the animals. The Southwest Bulldog Boosters are having their 11th annual Fall Fest Trivia Night coming up on Friday, November the 8th, kicking off at 7 p.m. at the American Legion, 9701 South Kedzie Avenue. Tickets can be obtained by reaching out to swboosterfundraising@gmail.com. Evergreen Park Community High School's scholarship fundraiser is happening on Sunday, November 17th. Save that date. Party kicks off at 11:30 for a 12 p.m. kickoff of Bears-Packers. 115 Bourbon Street, $40 in advance, $45 at the door, includes buffet, beverages, desserts, and also you can reserve a table for 4 or 10 for an additional fee. Raffle baskets, split the pot, football squares. Call or text Steve for more information or tickets at 542-7330. And remember, if you have anything you want to share on the EP Podcast, go to the eppodcast.com, leave us a voice message, or just send something through the contact form. One more stop at Oktoberfest this past weekend brings us to a brand new business opened by a husband and wife in which they have a mobile bar that is customizable for your event. And I've seen them at a few events in Evergreen Park thus far. It's going to be obvious that this is on video when you're listening to it. The video version will be out on the YouTube page, as I mentioned earlier in the show. But this was an attraction at this past weekend's Evergreen Park Oktoberfest. All right, so I moved the camera because I wanted to get over here and show this off. Sarah has this incredible new thing that's around Evergreen Park. How? Yeah, go ahead, hold it. Yeah. Well, everybody will wait just 1 second here. All right, so tell everybody in Evergreen what this is because it's amazing.
So we are Crack in the Carriage. We're a mobile bar that you can rent out to elevate any of your parties, any of your events, any of your gatherings. We're very customizable. As you can see, we have mocktails and cocktails.
And wind.
Everybody.
And wind.
The kids come up, they always want something. So
you are not flying away. I've been flying away. Okay, I've been. My tent has taken off 3 times. You're very stable here on a beautiful but gusty day. So, what was your experience? Were you a bartender and then you came up with this idea?
Yes, I was a bartender straight out of college. But then I realized I got to get a real job, do something. But this was the best experience I ever had, so I mixed it together with my husband. Is very handy, very construction-oriented. He's a fireman, but also can build stuff. So I had this idea. He built it for me, and we just launched this summer. We've had a few events. We've done back-to-school bashes. We've done a couple of block parties. We've done graduation parties. Basically anything you can think of. We love the community, so it's fun. It's really fun. We've got a lot of good feedback.
I'm getting in the way here. We can watch you make a drink if you don't mind. You want to take care of this person? So I'll keep talking with you while you do this because I don't want to get in the way. So I want to see you in action. That's what I want to see here.
I made the pumpkin spice puree that I made. We have a really tiny kitchen. It's all sticky and no one can come over for a long time, but it's good. It's a good mixture, all fresh ingredients.
Got a little Maker's Mark we're throwing in here?
Yeah, Maker's Mark. This is our pumpkin mixed with cranberry and apple cider and brown sugar simple syrup.
So if somebody's having a party in Evergreen this month and they want to do something that's themed this way, they could bring in this exact thing that you're doing now, but you would also be like Christmas time, you probably have a completely different menu. You're going to cater to what people are trying to do.
Yep. So I have a few signature drinks that I can provide, I can offer, but we can also work together, come up with something that you like. Your people like tequila, your people like pomegranate juice, whatever it is. We can make it work. These are all customized. I made them all, couple of different mixtures based on other cocktails I've had, other cocktails I've made. We wanted to make it Oktoberfest friendly and fall forward.
You're good. Come on up.
Christmas will be different. Any holiday we can do. We can make it customized. Are you good?
Okay. All right. So before I let you go, because I know everybody wants. First of all, you've been in the booth everybody's talking about.
Oh,
I've had 3 people come over to me and are like, this is a great value. I'm drinking this. Oh, yeah, and they love your drinks.
$5.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it over here.
For $5.
But like people can impress their friends. If they're having a party, they reach out to you. How do they do it? How do they get in touch with you?
So I do have a business card. I have a website. Our website is www.crackintheccarriage.bar.
All right,
Crack
that's spelled C-R-A-I-C.
Yes.
In the Gaelic.
Yes, it is. It's an Irish word for good times, good company, good fun, good memories. My husband is Irish. I am not at all, but I embrace it, and we've created such a little mini Irish pub where we can have the German accents. We can do the different things, but we love the South Side, and the Irish roots are strong here, so it's telling. People are really loving it.
What's the website again?
www.crackintheccarriage.bar.
I just love that you're using the www in front of it.
The World Wide Web, okay.
Sign in on your AOL account or on your phone.
Hi.
She's gonna make more drinks. This place is awesome. We'll check one more drink here before we let you go. This one is
This is the Fallen Apple. We got vanilla vodka, infused apple cider, which is just cinnamon, brown sugar, honey, simple syrup, and ginger beer.
Okay.
The vodka.
I mean, you could tell she's done this before.
Yeah. I love it. You get to talk to everyone. Everyone's supposed to sample it before you give it out. We got a little hydrated apple going on.
And this lovely lady is wearing an Alabama hat. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
There you go.
There you go.
Sarah, thanks so much. Good luck to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you at more events.
Just reach out via our website, or you can text or call. I have business cards. I'm right on 100th and Central Park, too, so stop by.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, guys.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.